In all of Operation history, there's never been one to overshadow this one. With this treasure, I summon Jade Shadow's Ascension Game Mode, Belly of the Beast. Hey, Warframe Iron Man, I sank so this one could run. Hello gamers! Welcome back to the Warframe Iron Man. Last time, we went ahead and crafted Loki, did some Noko bounties, got the Arbusep. This week, gamers, we are dedicating it all to Belly of the Beast. Operation ATRAMENTUM came and went, and immediately following it is another operation. Woohoo! Although this one's good. Now that being said, before we get into Belly of the Beast grinding, it is the last week that it's available, we have a few things that we gotta do. First things first, we have to get a new Warframe. But in order to get a new Warframe, I need a slot. Still not rank 20 in the Nightwave. I'm just lazy like that. So we gotta get rid of one, and you should already know it's gonna be Loki. Love the guy to death, but he kind of is in our rotator slot. So let's get him ready for his prime in 2072 when we want to get that. Now Loki is another Warframe that when they go prime, they get an extra 2 polarities. Those being a D and a dash, and I already put the D on, so let's go ahead and slap on another dash polarity. And with this, we are able to get Loki Prime according to our Iron Man rules. 13th Metamorphosis. Now that Loki's dead, rest in piss, we're gonna get our next Warframe. Now, I'm gonna take one out of the foundry. I have plenty crafted, but there's 2 exceptions. I'm not gonna be taking Jade out because Jade Shadows 2 comes out in 2 weeks or something like that. And then Noko I'm not going to be taking out because, well, Noko's getting an augment soon. So what better time to take him out than when he gets an augment? Well, around then. We're not taking him out right away. Anyway, you know the drill. Back by popular demand, and I pulled for it. The wheel! Oh yeah, this is just the perfect way to get a new Warframe. Come on, don't give me a shitter. Don't give me a shitter. Please give me a good Warframe. I don't think they could have given me a worse one if they tried. Alright, well, let's go level her and we'll talk about what she can do.
12 seconds later.
Alrighty, gamers. We went ahead and got her to rank 30 Banshee, and let's go ahead and talk about what Banshee can do. As for showcase purposes, here is the build. We're running Flow for energy, Rolling Guard for survivability if we turn the AI on. That being said, let's just get into it. Now, Banshee's passive. We're gonna suppress our weapons. Now, I don't really have a way to show this because I can't, like, go invisible, and the enemies are always gonna know where I'm at in here, but, you know, they make noise, but it's just like if we had one of the mods that silences the weapons, the enemies won't be able to detect you if you shoot. Pretty neat. Banshee's first ability is gonna be Sonic Boom. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cast this, and it's going to do a blast that's gonna knock away the enemies. Hiya! Wow. This ability does have an augment that you can armor strip, but I don't really care. Moving on to her next ability, we have Sonar. This is going to put a weak point on all of these enemies, and if we shoot that, we're gonna do increased damage. So if we shoot them in the foot, you can see it did 506 on a crit. But if we shoot them in their glowing butt, it still does 506. Oh, hey, there we go. The crit detection for Sonar is kind of weird. Sometimes you'll hit the weak point, it just won't count. It's because it's very specifically, like, where it's highlighting. So, you know, if we're to shoot this enemy, like, in the back, not directly on that shoulder part, you're gonna see we're not gonna get that bonus, but slide around and now we hit it. You can see increased damage sometimes. Really finicky, but, you can get some pretty insane levels of damage with this, so that's pretty neat. Moving on to her third ability, though, we have Silence. This is also her helmet ability. Alright, now, normally with Xmas units, you can see they all have their abilities going, right? And, oh god, here come the onslaught of random shit. But if we pop Silence, hiya! You can see all of their abilities are disabled. Now, if we use this on enemies that aren't protected by Overguard, you can see they get stunned before immediately returning back to fire, but if we go out of their range and then go back in, they get restunned. This ability is pretty neat. A little bit of survivability and a nice ability silence, which we're going to make plenty of use out of this week. And Banshee's final ability is going to be Soundquake. We use this, we channel. It's just gonna do damage in a radius. We can't move, we can't do anything else. We just have to sit here and channel this. It's staggering them, but it ain't really doing nothing. And unfortunately, this ability is shit. So let's stop casting it, and that's Banshee. Unfortunately, I don't have too much to say about this character. She is very old and very weak in my opinion. But I think this is probably the best place that we're going to be able to use her, doing Belly of the Beast, because Jade Xmas units killed my grandma, okay? Here's what we're looking at for the build for Banshee. I have on a little bit of duration for our 3. We're going to be banking on silence doing the heavy lifting here, because without it, we're probably going to die and crumble and die and crumble and die. So, we got Intensify on. Honestly, I don't even know why. We don't really need that. I just put it on for shits and giggles. Probably because I knew I was going to run Overextended and Stretch for maximum range, so our silence hits the most amount of things we can. Rolling Guard for extra survivability in case we do get hit by a heat proc or whatever. And then as for the Arcanes, we're on Aegis and Fury, which I will note, I'm actually going to swap over to Steel Charge because I'm going to be spamming the shit out of my glaive. But this is what we're going to roll. On top of that, because I'm very scared at this character dying to stray anythings, really, we're going to run the new core, and we're going to run our Fortifier build on it, which, you know, Fortifier is going to be gas for the entire future of this account. And this is one such moment. Overguard. Oh, yeah. In the mode where there's 60 bajillion Xmas units. Amazing. The rest of this is just, like, supportive shit, so I don't really care, but that's where the Zorus will come in. It'll all work out. Anyway, let's get into it. Belly of the Beast time, gamers. Alright, now, you may be pretty confused as to why I've jumped into straight-up Steel Path Belly of the Beast with our barely modded Banshee, but it's because we need to farm this Steel Path version of Belly of the Beast because it gives the most volatile motes, which is what we need to buy anything from the event shop, which we'll talk about at the end here once we start buying stuff. But Banshee has one awesome piece of utility, that's being silence, and it sure does work good when there's 60 bajillion Xmas units always breathing down your neck. That being said, of course, not a single one in sight. Oh, there we go. This is our game plan, by the way. We are going to hope and pray that we see a Jade Light Xmas so that we can steal all their yummy Overguard. And that way we don't die, right? Because Banshee's very frail. Also, don't really want to use her other abilities because, like, what do they really do for us here? I could get, like, maybe a nice burst of damage out of Sonar, I guess. But I have to hit them in their weak point with my Zorus, because that's what we have doing actual damage, and I don't know how sustainable that is, if that makes sense, but it's fine. It is fine. We're just gonna push this over to its thing. It's gonna start climbing. We're gonna be good. But I've already played Belly of the Beast before on the Iron Man, so why am I recapping this? And why am I dedicating this entire video to it? Well, this shit is awesome. Sure, we have everything we need from it, Jade, her weapons, and all of the arcanes from Belly of the Beast and the mods, but I said Belly of the Beast, I meant Ascension, but we're doing Belly of the Beast now, and the reason we are so excited to do this is because there's a lot of good stuff in the shop, but in total, it takes around 4,000 motes to absolutely clear out everything in the shop. I'm gonna be blunt with you guys, we're not doing that this time. Uncle fell off again, just like ATRAMENTUM.
Flashback.
Alright guys, Operation ATRAMENTUM's coming to an end, and I gave up so hard. The literal moment DE said that Belly of the Beast was coming around, you can't make me. Unfortunately, this means I won't get all of this stuff right away. It'll come back, trust. But that being said, this Honoria, you gotta get this now. This will be the last thing I get. Boom. Now I hope and pray that the rest of this stuff comes back, or I just ate a fat dookie burger. But this mode sucks. This operation was terrible. And I'm tired right now. And I forgot. So, all of that combined, I'm skedaddling.
End of flashback.
I'm fairly confident in things returning, so I'm not, like, too pressed to do it all now. It may be a disappointment to some because, you know, I am a 100% completionist around here, but we're going to be getting everything that's unique to this, so don't you worry. That being said, you notice how there's not Eximus units for us to just leech Overguard from? My fucking plan failed. This is horrible. But there's a lot of stuff I want to get from Belly of the Beast. So we're going to just farm this out this week, and that's probably all we're going to end up doing. I'm going to take this time, though, while we're playing Belly of the Beast, to get our arsenal ready for next week. Because next week, I want to go tackle some Profit Taker. And there's a lot of moving parts for my Profit Taker loadout that I have to get prepared. So everything should be a-okay. I guess while I also take this time, do you remember when I said that Belly of the Beast is awesome and then I could farm out 60 gajillion mastery rank levels from this? I was lying through my ass. Well, okay, not lying, because it was actually, I was misinformed. Belly of the Beast, if you're running this in squads, is really awesome. And I'm saying Belly of the Beast more so than Ascension, because Belly of the Beast spawns more Jade Eximus units than usual. Normal Ascension does spawn a lot of Eximuses, but Belly of the Beast, like, ups it by a whole lot, and it's really good. If you're running this in Publix, you're getting all of that affinity gain from affinity sharing. Very, very good, very streamlined, very chill way to get your stuff ranked up. And you don't have to rely on killing everything yourself. That's the big thing. Belly of the Beast solo. I can't really do Steel Path because there's no fucking way in the planet that I can get level 145s to die to a normal modded Carrick, for example. But even in normal path, the level 45s, they be eating bullets, and without being able to mod them really well, it's tough. So unfortunately, that was a failed plan in my head, and I'm not going to be getting 1,000 gajillion mastery ranks either this week. It sucks, but I have to be realistic. Anyway, where's the good news at? The good news is that we're going to be making a massive upgrade on the account, I'll say. Well, at least for now, because we're not going to use it for much longer, but I do want to get Arcane Energized Max. Arcane Energized, it's fallen off in terms of being the go-to energy source, but it's still very good. And you know who would be very good on? The 1,015 Warframes that I've crafted and not used that I have to showcase. In fact, it might just start going on our showcase builds every week. Could you imagine? Yeah, no, it is. It's very good for that because it's very chill. Oh shit, we forgot to get our final sister beacon. Luckily, we found it just in time. The run is saved. So now that that's done, once the elevator's gonna get up here, this might be the most difficult fucking challenge of my life, because the Sisters of Parvos, I love playing this event and just playing as Folly, putting down 2 shock traps and watching the fucking thing explode into a million pieces, but that's not possible here, so here we go. Oh my god, there's no fucking way she has the envoy. We'll be fine, I swear. Maybe I pop sonar? Just doing shit. Hopefully it works. Oh! Alright, we're good. Rupert Fortnite just sacrificed himself for the greater good. And now we can just continue, alright. I mean, it's pretty sick that, you know, she's doing some Steel Path shenanigans, but I think this is, like, the perfect scenario for her. Also, we are doing our best to make sure she looks good. And realistically, we're only using 1 ability. So, yeah. Banshee, I hope she gets a update soon. Whether it be a full rework or... I mean, I think she needs it more so than, like, a refresh. But, hey. One can only hope, right? Anyway, that was our run of Belly of the Beast. As Banshee, I'm going to not play her after this because, well, her time is coming very soon to be put in the chair. I want silence. Anyway, yippee! Volatile modes. Oh. Alright, now that we are done with our Banshee run, it is time to just sit here and bust out as many runs as we can to get as much stuff as we can. But, this is what I'm gonna rock. Fuck the weapons. We don't really care about those. Folly is, oh, I love this character. And, yeah, you know, let's just get to it. We have quite a few runs, but everything will be a-okay. 600 up here, and it's time. The pain in my ass. Energize. Come in here. 20 more. Yep, that's a maxed energize. Skadoosh. That is actually fucking huge. Every Warframe we're about to pull out of our arsenal and use for one day is, gonna eat good with this one. Alright, gamers. Day 2 of farming this wonderful event in the last fucking, like, 3 days or whatever. Anyway, let's get the Enlightened Hate skin. This is, Stalker's green machine. Yeah, you can get that as a skin, so cool. And then we're gonna get all these clan sigils that I'll never use, but they're collectible, so no worries here. And then we can get the Belly of the Beast emblem. I actually love this event to death, even though I'm gonna not do as much as I initially wanted to. Not gonna use these either, but it's cool. I like the emblems are cool. Now we get to move on to this shop, and this is where things are gonna get serious, like the new Warframe. These 3 ephemeras come around all the time, so I'm not worried about getting them now. This sigil down to these augments. These were from a battle pass that we didn't get really far in because we had just started the Iron Man account and then it immediately went away. So we get to have our epic victory run back on this thing. We're going to prioritize that. Then we're going to get this stuff up here, the skin, this decoration, the title. Shouldn't take too much longer if grinding this event. And then we'll move on down here and we'll go back to our arcanes. I only want to get a select few, but I'll talk about them when I start buying them. As for now, let's go ahead. We'll get the Dread augment. We'll get the Hate augment. And then we'll get some Stalker Specters. These are infinite, so we'll have these until the end of time. And I have a use for these. So, it's going to be sick. And do I have enough to buy anything else? We can get... What, like a Pity Some Dolly? Sure. I think this is the one of the first ones we've gotten on the account, right? Hell yeah. Boom. Alright, like 2 more days at the worst. Alright, we are back. It's time to wail out, bro. Firstly, Volatile Moat title. Bam. Bought. Jade's Promise. Bought. This skin. Bought. Deathmark Shoulder Armor. Bought. Low Guardian Chestplate. Bought. Belly of the Beast Sigil. Bought. Fucking Stalker Glyph. Yeah, sure. I want that. Reckoning. Wow, that looks so bad. Alright, bought. And then a Nose Bridge. Bought. And there we have it, gamers. With the exception of the ephemeras that come around every 12 seconds, there's an operation. We now have most unique things from this. Now, what are we gonna go for next? I gotta max my Arcane Nullifier. I don't want to do this anymore, but must be done. There's a few must-get Arcanes that I'm gonna do now. So, let's just, let's get it over with. Alright, slightly more farming. We can go ahead and max our Nullifier, which I didn't do the math to see how many I needed, so give me just a second. Okay, so we're gonna get 9 of these. And now we'll have Nullifier max. Nullifier is awesome because magnetic procs are the devil. Drain your energy, block your screen, they just suck. These completely negate them. Awesome. And then we're also going to get resistance. This may seem a bit weird, but in the future, resistance is going to be gas. This is going to block toxin procs completely. This also opens up, we can do infested arbitrations. It's what I do anyway when I do infest arbitrations, but the stray toxin proc is a big stinker. No longer. Boop. Alright, well, we got 2 more. We're gonna finish. Alright, I did the math. We're gonna get 15 Avengers. And we're gonna get 7 Avengers. Or 7 Velocities. Oh, fuck. Did I do this right? Please. Please don't make me go back in. I'm so sleepy. I'm so tired. Oh, thank God. We did it. That's really all I wanted. Notably, we could finish off like Fury, Rage, and those wouldn't be so bad, but I think we're coming up on a point in the Warframe Iron Man where we don't really need to crutch on those as hard as we have been for oh so long. So we'll just continue moving forward. I'm making excuses. I just don't want to do anymore. We got about 1750 volatile motes in total out of that 4,000 for everything to be acquired, which I think is pretty good, but get me out of here. But gamers, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of the Warframe Iron Man. If you liked this video, leave a like. If you disliked it, you could do that too. I upload every Tuesday, 1 p.m. PST, and stream every Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. PST. If you found this video and you aren't caught up on the series, I have an entire playlist linked down below with all of the episodes for you. Consider checking that out. But next week, gamers, is a big one. We are going to be tackling the Profit Taker heists. It's going to be big. I can't wait to do it because unlike Exploiter, Profit Taker is fun. So that's going to be sweet. Anyway, gamers, thank you all for watching. Mwah! And I'll see you in the next one.